International Asteroid Day. What experts want you to know about the threat. For the first time, astronomers have shown that telescopes could provide enough warning to allow people to move away from an asteroid strike on Earth. Astronomers at the University of Hawaii used the Atlas and Pan-STARRS survey telescopes to detect a small asteroid before it entered Earth's atmosphere on the morning of June 22. The asteroid, named 2019 MO, was 13 feet in diameter and 310,685 miles from Earth. The Atlas facility. Initially, the Scout impact analysis software at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory deemed the potential impact as a 2. For reference, the Pan-STARRS telescope was also operating and captured part of the sky where the asteroid could be seen. The additional images from the Pan-STARRS telescope helped researchers better determine the entry path for the asteroid, which bumped the Scout rating to 4. The calculation matched up, and weather radar in San Juan detected the asteroid as it burned up in our atmosphere. It entered the Atlas, which is 2 telescopes 100 miles apart on the Big Island, and Maui, scans the entire sky every 2 nights for asteroids that could impact Earth. It can spot small, although much of the knowledge of their capabilities and determinations about the asteroid was worked out after the fact. Astronomers believe that Atlas and Pan-STARRS could help predict more in the future. Knowing the size and orbit of an asteroid is the main battle, as this enables prediction. In a few years, the will come online and enable the discovery of tens of thousands of asteroids in orbits that could bring them closer to Earth, said Ed Lu, executive director of the Asteroid Institute and a former NASA astronaut. Missions like NASA's OSIRIS-REx and Japan's Hayabusa 2 are exploring asteroids in our solar system and aim to return samples to Earth in the coming years. The near-Earth other missions are planned. NASA's DART will crash into a moonlet of Didymos, a near-Earth asteroid that is comparable in size to an asteroid that could pose a threat. The European Space Sunday is International Asteroid Day, commemorating the Earth's largest recorded asteroid impact while focusing on the real danger of asteroids that could collide with Earth. In 1908, a powerful asteroid struck the Podkamennaya Tunguska River area in a remote Siberian forest of Russia. The event leveled NASA the cold. The impact happened in such a remote area that only a few dozen people even saw it. Media at the time, scientific research wasn't carried out around the impact area until the 1920s. But researchers Tunguska. 6 years ago, an asteroid entered Earth's atmosphere over Chelyabinsk, Russia. It exploded it had gone undetected because the asteroid came from the same direction and path as the Sun. And it explains why astronomers and the group want people to be aware. According to NASA and other space organizations around the world are focused on detecting the threat of near-Earth objects or NEOs, asteroids, and comets whose orbits place them within 30 million miles of Earth. There are no known NEOs that pose a significant threat. NASA's NEO-Pro researchers modeled the Tunguska and Chelyabinsk events on computers to understand how damage can occur from asteroids entering our atmosphere, even when they break apart in the air. The analysis provided a promising discovery. For computer the researchers found that the interval between such devastating potential asteroid impacts on Earth is one of millennia, not centuries, based on the known asteroid population. Because